Hey, it's Matty, trumpet mix and mastermysong.com. Today I'm going to go over how I use the splitter feature in Persona Studio One. It's awesome for parallel compression and a couple other things, but I mostly use it for parallel compression. And parallel compression I use on kicks and snares and all my drums and music sometime, and bass sometime, and the whole mix sometime. It's great for giving me the extra punch and helping just thicken things up and push it through the mix without peeking out so much. It just makes everything sound stronger. So let's jump in. We're going to go over a kick drum, how I use the splitter with the kick drum here. But you can use on anything, vocals, whatever you want. And so it's not so much a parallel compression class, but more a splitter class and how to use it in Studio One. So let's jump right in. So here's this kick drum from the song I'm mixing for 10 Buick. The song is New York Bangers, and it's available now, so go check it out. It's a great song, great artist. And you can hear the kick. I just have some basic EQ on it right now. A little low end bounce, a little 800 for some punch, and a little high end just to help it kind of pop through the mix a bit. But then what I would normally do is duplicate this track and then add a compressor and a EQ to it to give me my parallel compression chain. But with the splitter, you don't need to do that. And I already have the splitter in right here, but let's remove it and I'll show you how to do it. All you do is you switch to this little splitter button, which looks like a splitter. It's pretty easy. And grab the splitter and bring it down. So now it will follow my SSL EQ and then split the channel into two sides. And you get a couple of features. This is a stereo kick. So you have the normal, which is just the same thing on either side. It's just splitting the channel equally down the middle. Channel split is left and right, which I don't use ever. I have never used it. Maybe someday I will, but it's there if you need it. It might be good if you have something that is a little right heavy or a little left heavy. You could turn it up or down that way. I usually use just another plugin for that, but it'd be good for that. And then there's frequency split, which is also something I use quite a bit on kicks and bass. More basses, but you can split the kick frequencies down the middle, or the default, which is actually a pretty good frequency to start at, is 240. And what you do is you can hear now the right side is everything above 240, and the left side is everything below 240. And then you take them off and they blend together. So if you're using the frequency split, you could, if you wanted more pop, you could just turn that up, see? And you can do it here too. It's awesome. Or if you want less bass and more pop, just turn the low end down. So just with that is huge. You can do a lot just using the frequency splitter. And what I'll do sometimes is parallel compress the high end side, and then that way it gives me more punch but keeps my low end intact. But for now, we're just going to do the normal kind of basic parallel compression. So this splits it into two sides. And then what I usually use for my kick drum parallel compression change is the old DBX 160 right here. And it will default down here, but I just drag it over to the right side and we open it up. And I usually like to get around 10 dB of gain reduction, and that sets it up nicely. And then I'll add go back to the splitter, add an insert, and I'll add the UAD pull tech. I think it opened the wrong one yet. Let's remove that. Splitter, add pull tech EQ 1A. And I put that under there, and then I'll do, depending what I'm looking for. And this is the cool part. So now I can actually mute the left side. And you can see it shuts it off right there, terminates it right there. So now I can actually just focus in on my parallel compression sound. And this is kind of an old pull tech trick where you boost and attenuate the low end frequency at the same time. It gives it a nice punch. And the overall parallel trick here is actually an old Bob Powers trick, who produced a lot of the first Tribe records. So just a little history there too. So now it's giving me a good knock. You can hear the difference if we go to the splitter. So that's just our kick by itself. And that's the compressed signal. It's punching through a lot more, right? So now we can turn them both on. And you can hear there's a little bit of a gain change there, but it's definitely punching through more. And then you can turn down your parallel side. And this is usually how I do it, is I'll get back to normal, and I'll maybe turn this a couple dB up so that when I A-B what's going on here, when I A-B what I got, it's about the same length. I mean, the same level. And then I'll start bringing my parallel in until I hear it kick in. And you can hear it working, right? So it's awesome. It's an awesome feature that you can do here. And the crazy thing is if you want, you can get insane with this and keep splitting. Pretty sure split another split. And I mean, you can do all kinds of crazy effects with this as well. So it's not just for parallel compression. You can do all kinds of things with this. But this is what I used it for a lot. And it helps clean up my mix as far as not having multiple kicks tracks all over the place and multiple snare tracks everywhere. So I hope that was helpful. If you got any questions or comments, just leave the comments below or hit me up at mixandmastermysong.com. Thanks a lot.